Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Greeting from Shanghai. I returned to China yesterday from Los Angeles to continue our China-US Solidarity Working Trip 2023. This is a very important and critical moment struggle for the international peace and justice movement, as well as supporting the domestic issue in the United States, including immigrants' rights, labor solidarity, environmental justice, and fight against the racism, as well as fight against the U.S. imperialist empire building around the world. Currently, U.S. is launching a massive anti-China propaganda and military campaign against our country, so China. U.S. is using massive resources against not only China but also continuing escalating the conflict in the Russia and Ukraine. But yet you don't use the money to build and to support the community of color that needed in the US internally, instead using the massive amount of money and the weapons and covert operation, hiring spies all around the world to contain other countries. We are the peace activists, the social activists, social justice movement need to unite from US to China to Russia to Iran to Palestine to any other country around the world, that we can build together a movement, that we can to work together to build a better future. Right now, China is building a Belt and Road Initiative, benefit not only the Belt and Road countries from Asia, Africa, Middle East to Europe, but as well as that also moving forward to support and build a collaboration between other countries in Latin America. Instead, U.S. is building a massive military alliances against China as well Russia and Iran and other countries by sending more troops, sending more weapons, building more military bases around the world, at least 800 of them. Last several days, there's a massive fires happen in Hawaii, yet U.S. military or local government did nothing to stop the fire, to save the human rights. Instead, Biden had been organizing the so-called meetings in the DC with Japanese and Korean head state officials to build a new Cold War alliance against China and sending at least $25 billion to Ukraine. That got to be stopped. Right now, next couple of months, we'll be meeting with many community and social activists in China, and as well as going to Xinjiang to continue to produce a documentary, Voice of Xinjiang, Voice Exchange, as well as going to invite more US activists, Western activists coming to China for a China Solidarity Delegation. I hope we can work together for the future projects. I hope you can support our work. I hope that a better future can be built. Yet that won't be easy. Right now, the racist xenophobias around US, anyone support China, anyone to fight for social justice, anyone fight against US imperialism will be labeled as Chinese spies. I also need to be very careful that we might be going to be targeted. Already there's many activists has been targeted from the Pan-African movement to coping to other peace activists. We need to work together. We need to support each other, and we're also going together to fight against injustice and US imperialism. From China, solidarity, we fight together. Siu Hin. China-US Tortai network. Tortai forever.